Hello everybody, this is T-Dora restarting an LP of mine for two reasons. One, I didn't like the way I started it the first time, and two, the save file on Spyro Heroes Tale was corrupted, so I had to start over, and I actually had recorded up to episode 4, and then I deleted the footage. Yeah. So basically going to the autosave, and this is the loading screen. Yay! I will no longer be referring to the old LP, by the way. So this is a fresh start for me. And an update, you can just watch this while I talk. Update, I will, on the LPs, for a while I am just going to be doing Spyro Heroes Tale and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance every so often. I will not be doing PSO, I will not be doing Star Wars, and don't expect much stop motion, because I'm not really that good at it. And I need to come up with a new title. So, yeah. I hope you can hear this. If you can't, just turn up your volume on your computer, because I don't have the remote with me. And it's actually about the same volume I had it set to before. And there's a giant red dragon on the screen. He is the bad guy in these games. In this game, I should say. Because you only see him in this game. Which is weird, because I actually think he's a really awesome villain. But then again, he does do some weird things as the final boss. I've heard. I haven't made it to that part yet. So the last world of this game, I am going to be doing blind. So we have the professor and the hero Spyro. Yeah, I love Spyro. So he's talking about red and how he's mining like gems and messing up the natural balance and saying that Nasty Narc is helping. Oh, he has been. Yeah, Nasty Narc is the final boss of the original Spyro the Dragon game, which I have beaten. And I don't plan on doing a Let's Play of, because that game is really weird. This may actually be one. I actually don't only plan on doing Let's Plays of 2 Spyro games, this one and Spyro Into the Dragonfly. So, yeah, he tells you to go see Moneybags, the biggest cheapskate in all of Spyro, and the professor has some weird flower on his clipboard if you look closely. I just noticed that for the first time. And now we're in the main world, and that fairy will pop up every time you have a new little thing of advice. So, basically, you press... I'm using the GameCube controller. So basically, what you want to do, you have to go over there and talk to Moneybags. But before you do that, I suggest you collect 500 gems. And you can actually get 500 gems by just running around. And on the GameCube controller, you press Y to breathe fire. A is how you jump in this game, and X is how you just run. And I will be running a lot. So later on there are some skills that improve your jumping, and Y is how you... Okay, so gems are the basic currency of this game, and there are two different types of... several things you can find gems in. One of them are these metal cases, and these require you to charge. They won't break anywhere else except for a certain breath. And then there's the baskets, which you can destroy any way you want. Okay, so now we're going to go talk to Moneybags. And he looks... and he is basically a bear who does nothing. It is money after all. Yeah, pretty much he is the biggest cheapskate in Spyro history. He just does everything he can to get money from you. So basically go inside, and this is actually a new feature to this game. You can actually buy items. This is the first time in a Spyro game this has ever been done. And actually in Enter the Dragonfly, you only have to talk to Moneybags once in the entire game. So now that we have bought that lockpick from him, we want to go over here and Sparks talks. And normally Sparks talks like this, and that's how he talks in the old games. But now he has an actual voice, but he still does the thing. He actually was a lot cooler when he did the thing. But hey, I actually like the new Sparks with his big eyes, but I do not like the Sparks from the new trilogy. The new trilogy pretty much kills Spyro. And this is Zoe, a character introduced in the second Spyro game and kept forever since. She is basically a save point. Checkpoint. This is actually... yeah. That's the only downfall to it. Million brain cells in exchange for save point. She basically keeps hitting Spyro. I actually once tried to count how many times I got zapped to find out how many brain cells Spyro loses. And up here we're going to meet a new character introduced in this game. Ember! Who is basically a Spyro fangirl. She absolutely loves him. There's a lot of good dialogue in this game. Like how she says it would look at a good engagement ring to Spyro, and he's like, ah! And then she tells you to go talk to the Dragon Elder. And you actually cannot destroy this thing unless you talk to the Dragon Elder first. And Spyro's like, well, actually, if you talk to her again, and then she just goes to tell you to go see the Dragon Elder. Actually, later on, there is some better dialogue you can get out of her once you break the Dark Gem, which is that big gem you saw over there. I'm just picking up some more gems here. Because you want to get lots of gems in this game, trust me. Okay, see this wall here? How it's cracked? You charge into it and you can break walls that have... Pretty much anything that has a crack like that in it, you can break down by charging it. But this wall just looks weird, but you can't break it. So. And these little things that look like dark gems, they're only one little bit of it, I call it dark shards. Basically, you have to charge them is the only way to destroy them, and it does that. And now you come in here, and we talk to the Dragon Elder. First elder of the game. Dragon Elder's teach you new moves. And he's like, hello, I am an old guy. I have a beard, and I have a staff with a shiny gem on it. So you say Red is the bad guy and he's trying to use. So Spyro's like, who's Red? And he's like, he says he was an elder, like he was, but then he doesn't want to tell the story, but he takes a really long time to tell stories. So there's like, hey, how about I tell you how to destroy their gems? So Spyro's like, haha, that was a close one. More witty dialogue, I have no idea who read it, because I have not seen the credits to this game ever. So Horn Dive is basically, you do it. Okay, now we learn a new skill called the double jump, where we press A and then we press A again. And actually, if you press it 3 times, you do a little glide thing. You're not supposed to learn that until a little later. So if you do a double jump and then you press A, and then you press your charge button, you do a head smash, and you break dark gems and other things. So we have 1 dark gem out of 40 in just 7 minutes. And I always fail at that jump. Failure is good. Okay, usually it doesn't take me that long. So now we come in here, and if you hold down Z, you can open up or the back button. I think it might be L1 on the PS2. We come into this room, which is the map, and you can also open up the achievements, objectives. You have to do these. And then you can also see your status screen, and it tells you what you've gotten, how much % you've gotten. I have 0% so far. And you also can collect things later on. And then there's power-ups you can unlock later. Actually, I usually buy some of these. Now over here we have a character that's been also introduced in the second Spyro game, Hunter the Cheetah. And actually is really cool in this game. Yeah, basically he tells you what I already told you. You just press the jump button 3 times and you can glide. So he's like, go find a dragon egg and I'll open the door for you. And of course we have to do a little gliding test. Okay, there's a lot of gems in here. I will not be getting them all right now. Okay. You can actually press the L or R or L2 button on the PS2. R1 should be what you use to open the map. If I can figure this out right. I have not played this game on the PS2 in forever. And we come upon our first enemy. And as you see, this guy doesn't have armor, so you can just kill him like that. But since he's so big, you cannot charge him. Now we come in here with the first bottomless pit of doom. If you fall down there, you automatically die. No kidding. And we come over here and we just burn this guy and he falls down and dies. And when enemies die, they drop gems, which is really cool. And I'm not gonna... Oh, I made it! Spyro can actually hang on to ledges like that and get some more gems. 8 minutes. And then, if you... Okay, I didn't explain this the first one, but if you step on these little switches, they activate things. But those are pressure powered, so you need to be standing on it. So we come in here and we encounter another type of Nork. These ones can be charged, unlike the larger Norks that I read. So we pick up the treasure from them. And we find the Dragon Egg. It is a Ember model, which I will show you right now. Go to the status screen. Ember model. Basically, if you collect all of these Dragon Eggs, you can play as Ember. Yeah. There's actually another, let you play as a different kind of character, Dragon Eggs, that I actually want to collect all of, called the Flame model. Okay, that was a firebomb. Basically, they look like Pokeballs, and depending on which breath you have equipped, because there are different kinds of breaths, if you hold down the L, if you press the R button when you have a Pokeball of that kind, you just shoot a little, do a little special attack, and, I don't know what all of them do off the top of my head. I know that the fire breath has the water breath has a similar thing, only it doesn't do damage. Okay, that guy had armor. You charge into him, and then they die. But I'm coming close to the time limit here, so I'm going to stop right here in this cave with that thing up ahead. And so this is Tihidora. See you later. Rate, comment, subscribe. Bye.